Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So in this video we've got a handful of things to talk about, a few more rumours and also the potential leak of our new upcoming third kit as well. It isn't the clearest of images of the third kit, but we will get into that. But it does, from the tiny little bit that we have seen, it looks like it's going to be another banger. I think just any Sunderland kit made by Hummel is going to be a banger, but we will discuss that. There's also more updates, or sort of an update, on the potential strike situation. And of course, tonight we are taking on Preston in the first round of the Carabao Cup, so we will touch upon that as well. But first and foremost, the most exciting thing of the bunch, the kits. That seems to be the most exciting thing that's happening this summer with Sunderland. We haven't spent a penny yet, which a lot of people keep screaming at me, and you know, I'm very, very aware. I have the exact same frustrations as everyone else. But either way, we'll have a look at this picture here. So this picture has been circulating online around Twitter or X, however you want to call it, this morning. And it looks like there has been a delivery to the club store. And if you look closely at the image, it does have the word third on it. So I'm presuming that is going to say third kit. And it looks like, if you do have a look, that is the back of the kit. It looks like it's sort of green, which I would love. You know, I remember when I first saw the keeper kit, and I thought that was the first keeper kit in years that I would genuinely buy, and I think I might still do it. But the away kit, so this is going slightly off topic, but the away kit, the keeper's away kit, the blue one, my God, that thing, I genuinely believe that is nicer than both the home and the away kit. For those of you who don't know, I'm a sucker for a blue kit. I love sort of light blue kits, and Sunderland blue kits for me, they always just bang for me. They absolutely slap, and I love it. So either way, back to that one. This green one, it looks like it's going to have a similar-ish, only from what I can see from the back anyway. It could be totally different from the front. From the back, it looks like it has sort of similar patterns to the keeper kits, but this one is a sort of green. Again, it isn't the greatest of angles, and it isn't the clearest of images, so I could be totally wrong there. But it does look like it's going to be that kind of kit, and I'm very excited for it. I don't know when that's going to be released. But there's always some kind of image going around, isn't there? We can never have a totally unexpected release of a kit. Someone always finds a picture or a model. Someone always happens to be around when they're taking the pictures of the models, you know, wearing the kits and advertising the new kits before it's actually released or announced. But we always seem to ruin it for ourselves. But this is the clearest image so far, which is something to go off, I guess. But moving on to the strike situation, and again, I think this is the third or fourth video I've made about the bloke, but Alexandre Mendy, of course, he's the striker who's been linked with us for a long time now. I recently made a video where he essentially confirmed that the deal was essentially sort of finalised back in June, but then, of course, this whole thing with his club at the moment, getting taken over by Kylian Mbappe and his family and that company, taken over the club, which has put a massive spanner in the works, and they're asking for more money, even though the previous ownership apparently agreed a deal. But then, of course, just as that was in the process, Mbappe and co took over, and they pretty much hijacked that deal for the time being. But, as you can see, I'll put on screen, this is one of the outlets that have been reporting in France at the moment. It isn't the most reliable, but it's something that we have gone off quite a lot, and a lot of the time they have been true when it comes to sort of French connections and what have you. But it basically just says that Mendy has informed his club that his decision is to join Sunderland. Nothing has changed from the players' camp. Last week, Mendy's agent official statement was a bombshell, and that's something I think we've alluded to as well. The agent of Mendy essentially said the exact same thing as Mendy. He feels like he's been betrayed by the club. He's given them loads of time. He tried to do right by the club. He let them know he was going to leave back in January, so they had loads of time to sort of replace him, what have you. And then in June, his destination was finalised, and that was meant to be Sunderland. But then, of course, all this has happened, and he just feels like he's been screwed over at the moment. I don't even believe he's training with the squad. So it's just so frustrating, because this could have easily been done in June. And then I've seen a lot of fans online, and rightly so, express the frustration that we may be putting all eggs in one basket here, and we should have gone to someone else by now. But there isn't anyone else like him. Yes, he's playing in the second tier of France, which isn't a poor division by any stretch. But to someone who is scoring, and in the form he is in, scoring 20-odd goals per season for the last 4 seasons in France, second tier, and some of his ilk to be available and wanting to come to us, you don't get that everywhere else. So I don't... Of course, I have frustrations with the club. Of course I do. And I do want us to spend a bit of money, but I've already gone into this before. I don't think just spending money for the sake of it means that it's technically, it's a good signing. There's some people out there who would just want to see money being splashed on anyone, but as long as that money is there, then they're buzzing with it, which I'll just never understand. But of course I understand that we do need to spend money. I think there's only 3 clubs right now who haven't spent a penny in the Championship in this transfer window, and that's us. Now, that's just a transfer fee. Again, I've alluded to before, free agents still come with a heavy fee, with agents' fees and what have you, and sometimes the equivalent to, or just even more than a transfer fee would have been. So I'm not going to get into that, but that can happen. But technically, in terms of transfer fees, we haven't spent a penny, so I can understand the fans' frustrations with that. But I also empathise with the club, or sympathise at least a bit with the club on this deal, because someone this good and literally just saying, yes, I'm ready to go, but then it's their club that are playing funny buggers. It's frustrating, because I would hang my hat on him as well, because I'd be wanting that deal to be done. This is the key signing, the one signing, the main priority at the moment. But we have been linked as well elsewhere with Jefferson recently. We've been linked with him. We were heavily linked with Dane Scarlett yesterday, but then he moved on to Oxford. These type of strikers like a Jefferson or a Scarlett, apparently these would be, or to people's understandings, to the people reporting it, these would be second to a main striker, which would be the likes of a Mendy. So hopefully we can get this one done. Again, this only came out this morning that Mendy has informed his club yet again that he wants to join Sunderland. However, as it says at the bottom of that quote that I did show you just a second ago, it will cost over €5 million. I don't believe that will be the case personally. I don't think we will spend that much. If we did, people can then shut their mouths and just say, well, they've spent money now. Although I'm sure that if Mendy did come and then played a couple of games after spending €5 million on him, people say it's a waste of money. So you just can't win sometimes, can you? But we will see how that one works. Again, I can't see us paying €5 million. I think we might end up paying 2 or 3 million, and then say if he scores over 15 goals, we'll give him an extra million or whatever, and there'll be little add-ons here and there. But I can't see KLD splashing out €5 million outright for a player, which is annoying, particularly if a lad like this, and in form and the ilk that he is, as I say, wants to come. If he turns him down just because of money, I'll be fucking fuming. I won't lie. I wouldn't be happy. But those are the sort of rumours at the moment. But just before we do leave it, we do take on Preston this evening. I'm going to the game, so you won't be getting a review tonight. You may get one tomorrow, or however, I might be working tomorrow night. So by the time I've got around to things, I might not be able to do a review, but that's just boring details. So I might not be able to get one out, but we are taking on Preston tonight in the Carabao Cup. First round, I largely expect us to be playing a second string squad, which I do understand, but I also would like to see a sprinkling of the first team in there. Maybe 3 or 4 first team players, like an O'Nien in there, or Brown. It'd be nice in there. I think Rigg would be nice to see him start as well, which I think he will. I think just a sprinkling of the first team in there, like a Sirkin, which I know you might think don't waste Sirkin, with him being so injury prone anyway. Why would you waste him in the first round game of the cup? But I just mean to build up a bit of fitness and just to not throw a game totally. I know I've seen some people, the first round, and have this conversation with you guys every single season now when it comes to cup games. People say, it's not the priority. Totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. But I will never will and want someone to lose just to get ourselves out of the cup and then focus on the league. That will never, ever happen. I will always want us to win regardless of the situation, the format or the cup or the tournament we're in. I always want us to win. It's good to get a cup run. Then you can keep on giving maybe second string players a chance. And it gives you a bit of excitement. The cup, it's a special thing, regardless of being at the Carabao or the FA Cup or any competition. It's an exciting thing to go for. So, I'm not going to will us to lose. However, I do think we're going to go second string. Preston, of course, they've just sacked their manager, who's, of course, he's been out of favour for quite some time now, the Preston manager. So I just don't understand why they've let him do a whole pre-season. And I'm sure Preston fans will agree. Why the hell have they let him do a full pre-season, played one game and then sack him, if there was such a sort of disharmony, if you will, behind closed doors for so long? Why have they let him do that? Because now they're going to be playing catch-up, aren't they? But knowing our luck, they'll probably announce Alex Neil 20 minutes before kick-off tonight. Then they'll smash us to bits 4-5-0 or something like that. But we'll see. Hopefully we do win. But anyway, so that's everything at the moment, guys. What do you think about the potential new kit? I know it wasn't the clearest of images, but that's what we're going off. And the situation with Mendy, would you just leave it? Or, for me, I think what's going to happen with the Mendy deal, if we are going to do it anyway, I think it's going to be done right last minute, literally bang on sort of transfer deadline, and that's because they'll be holding out and they're not going to want to keep a player there who doesn't want to be there, and he's already shown how much he doesn't want to be there. He's done everything by the books, so I don't question his attitude or anything like that, Alexandre Mendy. So I don't think they're going to want to keep him on the books if he doesn't want to be there, but I do think they are going to dig their heels in his club at the moment and just maybe let it go last minute. But yeah, so what about that? And tonight, what's your predictions? Would you go full strength? Would you do a sprinkler, a mix and match, or would you go full second string? Do you care about the cup at all? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you've enjoyed, hit the like button for me. It'd be massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, away the lads and stay jammy.